I bring you this news with a heavy heart. ABBA's manager Görel Hanser has passed away at the age of 76. This was confirmed by ABBA themselves with a joint statement on their social networks. ABBA wrote, "It is with the deepest sorrow that we announce the passing of Görel Hanser. We have lost our most loved friend and closest colleague. The loss is immeasurable. We ask that you respect our privacy in this time of grief. Agneta Björn Benny Frida." Görel Hanser was one of the most important figures in ABBA's legacy. She was the woman behind ABBA. Her story is so intriguing. Over the decades, the members of ABBA wrote and dedicated several songs to Görel. Let's talk about all the special music that was created for Görel Hanser. The most important one, the first tribute, came in 1979. As a gift to her for her 30th birthday, ABBA and their manager Stig Andersson wrote and recorded Song till Görel, a beautiful folk-style song with melancholic verses and an upbeat and incredibly catchy chorus. The lyrics, written by Stig, pay tribute to Görel's organization skills. The song was pressed on a blue 12-inch single and given to guests and friends at Görel's birthday party. Only between 150 and 200 copies were made, and this song was never officially released to the general public. It was meant for Görel, and people said she knew everything that was going on at Polar, but she was surprised about this song and she had no idea that ABBA recorded a song in all secrecy. Song till Görel was only one of two songs that ABBA specifically wrote for special birthday occasions. The second came in 1981 for their manager Stig Andersson. In 1988, another song was written in tribute to Görel involving Benny. He produced an album for his friends, the Swedish folk group Åsa Spelman, on which Benny also played accordion and synthesizer. The instrumental track Görel's Polska was written by group member Ole Moraeus. It is a common tradition in Swedish folk music to title songs after friends and colleagues, and this one was named after Görel Hanser. In June of 1999, the members of ABBA came together in music for Görel's 50th birthday. On this private occasion, ABBA sang the Swedish birthday song With a Simple Tulip at the Modern Museum's restaurant at Skeppsholmen, Stockholm, just around the corner from Benny's office. In 2001, for the first album from Benny Andersson's orchestra, one of the songs written by Benny was another musical homage to Görel Hanser. The title describes her as the blue-eyed, blonde captain of Brick. Görel was known for her blonde hair and blue eyes, and she was manager of Briggen Theaterproduktion, a company founded by Björn, Benny and Görel to focus on Björn and Benny's musicals. This song was apparently written 2 years earlier, in 1999, for Görel's 50th birthday. As far as I know, Görel Hanser might be the one person who received the most musical tributes from the members of ABBA. If there ever was to be one who deserves this, it's Görel. Her story and connection with ABBA is so profound and deeply moving. Görel Johnson was only 20 when she began working as a secretary for Stig Andersson, ABBA's future manager, in September 1969 at the publishing company Sweden Music and the record company Polar Music. It was Stig's wife, Gudrun Andersson, who hired the shy small-town girl while Stig was away on a business trip in the United States. Görel now sat in a corner with piles of sheet music to file away and copyright lists to make up, learning how the music publishing business worked from the ground up. Because of Stig's frequent rough temper, Görel developed thick skin. First of all, Görel herself was described as being short-tempered, and she then realized that Stig liked it if you answered back. It didn't take long before Görel became Stig's most valued associate at the office, his personal assistant, who was entrusted with fairly complex assignments. By the mid-70s, she had acquired the title Vice President of Polar Music. Back then, this was an unusual and pioneering situation in the workplace. Stig said, "I was one of the first in the economic life in the 70s to make my secretary a managing director. That was because she was often treated as a pretty young thing, especially by international business colleagues, even though she was very knowledgeable. So when those male chauvinist pigs called, she could put them in place." There was a family spirit with ABBA at Polar Music. Görel once said, "It doesn't feel like work, it's more like a way of life." In the 1980s, Görel continued to work for the members of ABBA, and especially together with Benny Andersson. She was running his mono music offices and recording studio. They worked together on a daily basis. In 2018, Görel received a Swedish Grammys Award for her outstanding work with Stig Andersson and ABBA over the years. Görel was always by their side. She was there for ABBA's continuing creativity. She was vital for their friendship. In 2022, for International Women's Day, ABBA Voyage put a spotlight on Görel, calling her the one true fifth member of ABBA. Just recently, Görel was on stage to talk to fans for a special ABBA fan club event about the future of ABBA and the exciting prospect that they would be open to releasing a 1977 live album. The last time we saw Görel was just last week on the 3rd of June 2026 when she joined Frida and Benny in London for ABBA Voyage. We can see her in the background. She seemed to be very emotional and proud as ever. How will we go on? Where do we go from here? Görel was invaluable for ABBA and for all their fans. I want all of you to come together and share your memories in the comments below. Have you ever been in contact with Görel? What is your story with her? I could never imagine anyone more wonderful to have been on ABBA's side than Görel Hanser. Thank you for being the most loyal, most integral part of this big legacy. Let's all come together. Let's light a candle tonight for the beautiful human being. Görel, you will never be forgotten.
Från Skultorp Görel seglade till Sweden och Polar. Hon kom, hon såg som segrade och därför är hon kvar. Nu sitter hon som direktör på Stickans stora trö.